All right, let's bring in our guests today for their reactions. Ambassador for America's First Policy Institute, Newsmax contributor and retired gunnery sergeant, U.S. Marine Corps, Jessie Jane Duff, and longtime advisor for former President Donald J. Trump and former executive director for the National Diversity Coalition for Trump, our friend, Bruce LeVell. Jessie Jane is our friend as well. All right, Bruce, starting here, do you believe there is a connection between the timing of these major events in the Hunter Biden case and then the indictments of former President Trump? When you look at that timeline, it seems too close for comfort.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me. Well, we all know it's a collaborative effort. You know, I'm here in Atlanta right now, so I've been very busy talking about Fani Willis's escapade last night in her press conference. But, you know, it's not a coincidence. They know that President Trump is leading. He's the #1, quote, candidate. And, you know, and I'll say this, he will be the nominee, and I'll go far to say he will be sitting in the Oval Office. And so they know that he's a complete threat. When he came down the escalators and he said, I'm not going to take your money, I'm not going to take special interests, I just want to do what's, quote, right for the people. Did we know it was going to result to this? No, we didn't. So this is the only way they think they could stop him. And this is not new, by the way, in Newsmax viewers. These people have been doing this to other folks that may not be as popular, that get this type of media attention, like right here in this great Newsmax show. There's a lot of folks that have been persecuted without the money, the resources and everything, state house races, city council races, etc. So this has been a collaborative, ongoing effort in the last several years to capture a lot of these cities, especially urban cities, highly dense cities across the country, like Washington, New York, all different types, especially here in Atlanta. So yes, this is an ongoing effort.
Jessie, let's talk about Hunter Biden. Where do you think this goes?
Well, it's not very shocking to see that the same man who investigated him for 4 years came up with a sweetheart deal that got dismantled by the judge in Delaware, and that Hunter Biden didn't get to walk out of that courtroom essentially proclaiming his innocence. He now has to face these charges further. But David Weiss has been compromised in the appearance of the public court. In the appearance of the public court, this is shady as heck when you see Merrick Garland appoint the very man who had 4 years to come up with a sweetheart deal to now reinvestigate Hunter Biden. What other sweetheart deal are they going to come up with now? We know that $21 million, that's the low mark right now, has been sent to the Biden family members. This is fact. This was found by the Oversight Committee by looking at bank transactions that have been flagged by banks. Then we know that there are 21 LLCs, and it was distributed very delicately to 9 family members. And 3 of these countries, Russia, China, and Kazakhstan, all of this occurred while Joe Biden was vice president. And who was the henchman that made it all happen? It was, of course, Hunter Biden. So now you're going to have to go and have a special counsel go investigate. But this special counsel is not separate from DOJ. In fact, this separate counsel is the very man that had organized with the defense attorneys for Hunter Biden to have a sweetheart deal. And we know the judge smelled a rat and kicked them all out of court. So where is it going to go? I don't think the American people feel that this is going to be just or fair.
Well, Bruce, I mean, what are your theories as to why Attorney General Merrick Garland chose David Weiss? You know, Alan Dershowitz was here on our show, and he said he's just not that special.
Yeah. Hey, I got a song, Bob, TLC, hanging out my best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. Oh, no. hey,
he's a scrub.
Look. Hey, he's got his buddy there. And listen, he got the fox to put in the hen house. I mean, you know, this is what this is. And to Jesse's point, you know, it wreaks conflict of interest all over. But listen, I am very optimistic that, you know, truth will prevail. I said this is the greatest movement in the nation's history in my lifetime, probably in one of the nation's only lifetime outside of the Civil War. And so I'm still optimistic that the good common sense, the good people are going to come to grips and realize this is a complete onslaught to stop President Trump gaining the more momentum that he has to regain the White House, because they're terrified. They want to do business as usual.
Yeah, final word, Jessie.
You know, I have to agree with Bruce. This is not the glass is half empty. The glass is actually half full, in fact, 3/4 full. Because had Joe Biden decided not to run for president, we would have never known about the corruption. This corruption is something that has to get exposed. We have to know, because this deep state is real. And this type of corruption, only one man on this planet has been willing to take it on head first and sacrifice not only his paycheck, his livelihood, his reputation, and that's Donald J. Trump. So it's time for Republicans to stop this nonsense that they will change Washington, D.C., because they don't have a proven record of trying to do it already, and sacrifice their name and reputation and personal assault to do it. And that is Donald J. Trump.
All right, Jesse Jane Duff and Bruce LeVell. And Bruce, thanks for
And amen. Amen. Everybody said amen.
And thanks for quoting TLC to me. It makes me feel like I was hip, you know, like 30 years ago. But I'll take.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Nice. Just drop the mic and we'll walk off right there.
That's what this indictment is.
Thank you.